After spending about a week under a bridge in the cold and rain, a group of homeless people were given an option to occupy the community chest office. This is until construction of a safe space at Culemborg is eventually completed. The homeless here say they're disappointed with the city after it assured them that there will be accommodation when the Strandfontein camp closed.
I don't get myself into a comfort zone or anything like that. Knowing I have warm water, knowing I have sanitizer, I don't get myself into a comfort zone because I'm constantly thinking, where is the money and the infrastructure for the homeless and destitute? That's the point. That's it. Why are they still on the street? Why? Has the president not said that don't worry my little angels, for the homeless and destitute there's a budget out, you will be going to shelters? How can we go to shelters? The shelters is overcrowded, let alone they're not COVID-19 regulated. There's not enough for all. When are we going to start realizing this is human life? When? And that is a frustration. And I mean to think of leaders and things like that. Here the Western Cape, they just don't meet up to the expectation. They don't. And that's straight into the Premier's office. Straight into the Mayor's office. Huh? And that is it. One don't want to politicize this, but I mean that is just however as it is. The leadership must change. Leadership has got to change here as an immediate effect, because they just don't care. They just don't care. Knowing that the city can use 32 million for toilet paper and think nothing of it, and the children are still on the streets. They're still there. It's not going to go away. What are they going to do about it? How? I mean, yeah, this building opened up. I mean, where's the other people to open up their hearts in the buildings? And people is dying, man. You know, the point here is people is getting infected day by day and they are dying. How are they dying? They don't have sanitizer. They don't have soap. They don't have the basic necessities. Those are the things. And I mean, we're living in a pandemic. I mean, that doesn't make sense. Or we say that those that is destitute and those that don't have, that society can go, you know.
As you enter the community chest building, there are notes with COVID-19 related information pasted on the walls and doors, along with basic house rules. Office tables and chairs have been replaced with mattresses and small tents, which are spaced out in parts of the building. An emotional Carlos Mosquita says it's been a rough journey and is truly grateful.
He treated us with respect, dignity, and we've tried to do the same for him, as you've seen. But it's not his responsibility. He's feeding us. He's feeding the people under the bridge. These are things that the city should have done and should be doing. The only contact we ever have with them is when we get our lawyers to write them a letter. The 31st came, the 31st went. We are still at the community chest, being looked after by community chest, which has given us wonderful opportunities, absolutely wonderful opportunities for individuals that had no hope. It could have been the city story, it's not. And when we wrote the city a letter last week demanding to know what is happening, the lawyer representing them had the audacity to tell us that we now have to wait till the 7th of July because they haven't finished with the building and there's delays with regards to the sanitation, etc. But is that our problem? I've heard that they didn't get certificates for the work being done under the bridge. So this is the city of Cape Town. And it shows you what rush decision it was to quickly do something that they promised to do initially in the first place. So had they done what they had said, I mean, they had plans to use Culemborg as a safe space site number 2 since the day they brought us there on the 27th of March. I won't forget, it was my birthday and I thought, oh, lekker. Right, so from the 27th of March they've had, now they want till the 7th of July. And who do they expect must foot the bill for feeding us, for giving us the health and social services that we've had here? Not only this, the city refused to test us, to quarantine us, to monitor us, because there's just been no cases. Well, besides that one case, Lorenzo and Community Chest organized for every single one of those 178 to be tested, paid for that, and we've had another 3 cases. So the city wants to say they act responsibly and that there were no cases at Kulenburg. There's 4 out of our 10. And how would they have known this at Community Chest? We isolated those individuals here until they could get to facilities. They've gone to facilities, and this was all the responsibility of the City of Cape Town.